Hello again, I'm Des Asante from the Tech Muse Academy. Welcome to another Artist Promotion Blueprint.com video quick tip. At the Artist Promotion Blueprint, we talk about ways in which you can market and promote yourself as an artist or a musician, in particular with a heavy focus on the internet. So we do get into a little bit about how to get gigs and, real world offline promotion from time to time as well. But really, it's about the power of what you can accomplish these days with the internet and the fact that you now have global reach. So what I want to talk about today is your website. I'm going to assume that as a working musician or someone who's aspiring to grow a fan base and to hopefully maybe even make a living as an artist, that you would, without a doubt, have a website up at your own domain. So yourband.com, yourname.com, this type of thing. If you don't, it's extremely important that you get on that as soon as you can. It's really easy these days, much more easy than it used to be back in the early days of the internet, to get a website up that looks fantastic without having to hire a programmer or a developer or even a designer for that matter. You can use a platform like WordPress, which is what I typically recommend and what all of my websites are built on. And you can, with no coding skill or anything like that, have yourself a very good professional looking website in very short order. So make sure you've got a website. But what I want to address today is, if you've got a site up, what is its primary purpose? What is it you really want to be focusing on when it concerns your website? What is it there to do? Well, there's a couple of things, of course, that your site can do. I've seen lots of beautiful websites, beautifully animated with all these flash animations and so on and so forth, that are very sort of eye-catching and captivating. And I see a lot of them that miss the point, in my opinion. Basically, I break it down like this. I consider your website to be like your headquarters online. You've got your social media, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Google Plus, your LinkedIn, all of those types of things that you should be utilizing as well, because they are venues that you can be discovered in, and you can discover, or other fans, potential fans, can find you and discover your music and what it is that you do. But I think that the goal of all of those things is to lead people to your website, your headquarters online. Once they get there, there's a couple of things that your website should do. First of all, it should deliver your content. It should demonstrate you and what you do, your personality, your art, your music, your performances, your humor, your sense of humor, whatnot. Those things should be there to sort of get a person to realize that, yes, this is not only a piece of music that I thought caught my ear, but I really liked the personality behind the music. So something that demonstrates you and who you are. That's important. That's the delivery. That's what the site is going to deliver to the visitor. Of course, you want to have opportunities for people to buy your merch and buy your CD and things of that nature, but that's not the main function of the website. That's a supplementary thing that hopefully will gain in popularity, and people will actually click as they become stronger fans and purchase mementos of the experience that you've provided. It's the experience that you provide that is the give of the website. That's the forward direction, the forward motion of the website. Then there's the receive of the website. That's the way I look at it. I like to break things down into simple terms like that. So the give is to present you, yourself, your personality, your music, your art. Your personality, I say it again because that's very important these days. There's all kinds of people making interesting music, but there's always something a little more special about it when you get an insight into the artist themselves and where that music may have potentially come from. So that's the give of the website. The take of the website, most people, if I were to pose this question, they would consider that to be, oh, well, buy my CD, buy my t-shirt, buy my ball cap, what have you, my merchandise. Again, as I mentioned earlier, that's sort of supplementary. In my opinion, what's most important is to get the visitor to join your email list. And the reason why I stress this so much is because without them joining your email list, which, by the way, if you don't already have a list that you're developing and growing, extremely important that you get that set up. I use a service called Aweber, which is very powerful. It allows me to grow a list, to automate email newsletters, to send out broadcasts to my subscribers, my fans, whenever I want to. And this is a very important thing to have in place. And the reason is this. When you have your social media sites, Facebook and whatnot, you have your website up. These are all points of discovery. What you're relying on is for the visitor to come to you, for the potential fan to come to you. This is good. This is where we start. But what we want to be able to do is to flip the script and reverse that action so that we are now able to reach out to the fan. So once a visitor, or let's call him a potential fan, stumbles upon, say, something you posted on Facebook, it caught their eye, they thought it was cool, they click on it, they get taken to your website where they can view that piece of content. Hopefully they enjoy it. If they do enjoy it, everything on that page you want to be a subtle nudge to join your email list. Maybe you give away a couple of free tracks or something like that for as a way of saying thanks for joining the email list, the fan list, or whatever you want to call it. Depending on your market, you may want to present it, your genre, you may want to present it in various different ways. But the point is that once that potential fan has joined your email list, now you have an opportunity to reach out to them and give them value and provide them with free content on a fairly regular basis, which does a couple of things. One, it keeps you in the front of their mind. It keeps them remembering you, thinking about you, listening to your music, telling their friends about it. And the other thing is it keeps them coming back to your website. A person can unsubscribe from your email list whenever they want to. This is fine. We don't want people on our email list who actually aren't that interested in what we do. The important thing is that you don't want to use your email list as a way to just promote your products and your merch and your CDs and your music. You want it to be a channel for you to get in touch with your potential fans, to give, to open the kimono, let them into your world so that you turn that potential fan into a fan and that fan into a super fan. When you start to get a few of those super fans on your list, people who have been subscribed to your email list for quite some time, who've always opened your emails because they look forward to what you've got to say today or this week or this month, depending on the frequency that you email your subscribers. This is the type of person that will become a super fan and potentially even an evangelist for you as an artist or a band. They're the person that's going to tell their friends about you. They're the person that's going to come to every gig that they can make it to because they really enjoy what it is that you do. And it's important that you stay honest and use integrity when you present yourself to these folks, because you want people that actually are interested in what it is that you do and who it is that you are. Again, if people want to unsubscribe, they're entirely welcome to do so, because I don't want people on my list that actually don't really enjoy or aren't really that interested in what it is that I do. I want to weed those people out, and I want to have a nice, solid, substantial list of subscribers, of fans that really, honestly, truly enjoy what it is that I do as an artist. And this should be your goal as well. So the bottom line with this rant is that, A, if you don't have a website, make sure you get on that right away. B, if you don't have an email list, make sure you get on that right away, because the sole function, the primary function of your website is to be able to reverse the flow of communication so that you're not waiting and relying and hoping that people will come back to your website again and again, but you are able to actually deliver the content that you would publish on your website, or any thoughts or musings or anything like that. You can deliver it in the opposite direction to your potential fans. So hopefully this makes sense. If you've got thoughts on the topic, leave me a comment. I always love to hear if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, let's get a little conversation going around the subject, and I will see you on the next quick tip.